Hello students, welcome to the next session of your computer class. So last class we have read about the flowcharts, what is the meaning of the flowchart and various symbols and advantages. Now we'll discuss about these advantages and disadvantages. So various symbols, as I told you, oval shape, rectangle shape, rhombus symbol, arrowheads or arrow marks, and thereafter circle. So these are the various symbols we are using to draw the flowcharts. But while you are drawing the flowchart, what are the advantages of it? Why we are supposed to draw the flowchart? What are the merit points of the flowchart? That we will see now. So the advantages, it is that first one, it is that communication. In the communicative, that is in the communication manner, that means while you are supposed to explain a problem with any other person, okay, how you are solve your problem. So a program is not efficient to explain the steps of the procedure whatever you are applied. So in the shortcut manner you can explain to anybody what steps you are followed in your problem to solve. So that is your communication. So while you are supposed to communicate with anybody what problem you are solved, what method you are applied and how you are solved it. So the flowchart is the best way by which you can explain your problem method to other person. So that is your communication. The logic of the problem can easily be explained to anybody. The next thing, it is that effective analysis. So while you are analyzing after solving a problem, after writing the flowchart, when you are supposed to understand yourself, that time analysis work when you perform, that time also by following the flowchart easily you can analyze it. So a problem can be analyzed in more effective way using the flowchart. Okay, you can analysis it. Suppose you have drawn a flowchart, later after few days again you want to make it understand, but your mind may not be remember that all things. So once again you want to make it understand. So what you do, you will go through the flowchart. Then easily you can understand what method you are applied there. Thereafter, proper documentation. So every problem should be proper documented, like a book also. When a book is writer is writing, so it is documented. That means program book name is there, content is there, page numbers are there, then thereafter chapter wise it is discussed all, and all the things are written there with the picture, with the diagram, everything. So that means it is documented properly. The same way a program when supposed to be write or problem when to write without flowchart, it is not completed. Okay, so with the flowchart it will be properly documented. Documentation can be complete. So a complete problem solution you can get it when a program with its flowchart will be there. Okay, so that is why it is flowchart serves as a good program documentation. Thereafter, efficient coding. So while you are supposed to write the program, at that time before that if you are drawing the flowchart, then easily you can write program by using the programming language, and no steps will remain in your mind. So all the steps by looking that all you can go on by writing the code of the program. Okay, so programming concept will be clear and no steps will forget. Okay, all the steps you can represent it in your program by if you are drawing the flowchart first. Okay, and by looking the flowchart if you are writing the program then. So that is why the flowchart acts as a guide or blueprint during the problem analysis and program development phase. Program analysis and program development phase, at that time it gives you a help to write successfully the computer program. So this one, these are the main points, advantages of your flowchart. Then if there is a certain advantage, certain disadvantage also there, certain disadvantage also are. So the first disadvantage, the flowchart becomes complex if the program logic is complicated. So if the program is very lengthy and complicated logic, then the flowchart also it will become complicated and it is difficult to understand. So you have to follow the simple method of processing, simple method of the steps by which its flowchart also will be simple and program also it will be simple. So if the program is flowchart is complex, then the program also it will be complex. So like that manner, if any modification is to be made, the complete flowchart has to be redrawn. Once after drawing the flowchart, once you are, if you have missed something, if you have forgotten something, some steps to be in middle you have forgot, then what? Then the middle it is not possible to add something. Completely the flowchart once again you have to draw. So it is one tedious job. Always. So that is why while you are drawing the flowchart, at that time you should carefully consider all the steps by which you one time only all the steps should be represented in the flowchart. Thereafter, the flowcharts are only theoretical tools for understanding a program. It is a theoretical tool. In the computer or in the programming or in the computer execution, there is no role. Only to take the help of the program, only to give you support to successfully write the program, this flowchart we are drawing. So in the computer there is no role. So that is why these are the disadvantages of our computer flowcharts. Then we will see certain flowcharts. We will see the drawing the flow and the rules of the flowchart. We will see. First of all, first rule is that follow these rules to draw the flowchart. First rule is that the direction of flowchart is either from top or to bottom or left to right. So whenever look at your book, page number 46. So rules of drawing the flowchart. So the direction of the flow top to bottom or left to right. Okay, left to right. There should be one start box and one stop box. Always every flowchart at the very beginning when you start to draw, it should be follow one start, and at the end of the flowchart there is a one stop. Okay, so that always you will have to follow this rule. And arrowheads indicates the flow of direction. Every symbol in between that, whatever symbols, geometrical symbol, rectangle, parallelogram, oval shape, whatever you will write, you will draw, it should be connected by the flow lines, means arrow lines, by which anybody can understand easily. Then after the step, the next step which one? This flow line indicate the steps of the execution. Thereafter a connector we have to use always when the flowchart is finished and next part it starts. Suppose one flowchart is very big or very lengthy, so your page is not accommodating that all flowchart to draw in one sequence. So what you will do, in the middle you can break it, and by giving a circle symbol you can give a circle, then again from the other part of your page you can again by giving a circle you can start it. So like this manner, these are the rules by following you have to draw the flowchart. So next thing we will see some examples of the flowchart.